So yesterday I have explained you decision tree, right? Now I will going to show you the code. How do we write the code? So before that, I'm just explaining you the structure of the programs. Okay, just 1 minute. So we're going to see the structure of program first. Okay.
What you say, Amit?
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Yeah. So
Yes, sir.
here, the structure of program you can see here. What you are supposed to do it, you have to first import the libraries, right? What libraries you are require for machine learning, mathematics, right? You have to perform statistics. So in order to do that, we require NumPy. Pandas, why do we need pandas? So that we can read a data set. The data set will be in the form of Excel or it will be in a CSV file. What is CSV file? Do you remember? I explained
Yeah,
you.
comma separated value.
Yeah, good. So those file we're going to read. So for that we require pandas library that we have imported here. NumPy we are requires, as you can see, in while explaining NumPy's tutorial, I was telling you import NumPy's NP, right? But it's on you. You can take any alias name, okay, as NP or NM, or even import NumPy also you can take. Then matplotlib, right? So till here I think it is clear to you that you have to import the libraries, then you have to read that file. Okay, so we are reading a file. I will going to show you practical as well. Okay, I've written the practical as well. I will going to show you that, but before that let me explain you the structure of programs. Once you read it, okay, you have to decide it. This part is for what? This part is to tell you extracting those independent and dependent variable. Do you remember this term, independent and dependent variable?
Huh?
No, I mean,
I've explained while explaining you fuel price example in the data analysis, what is independent and dependent variable. Just recall it. Vivek, do you remember?
purified.
Vivek, are you there?
He's there, but I don't know. He's muted. Let me see.
Okay.
Still, he can listen.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe he's in bathroom. He just wake up.
Okay. So you see here, dependent and dependent variable is what? Independent variable is your input feature. Independent feature is your independent variable is your input feature. Input feature means that will going to help you to decide the target variable. Okay. And what is dependent variable? This is very important question. What is dependent and independent variable? If you know this term, you can understand half of the data science here. Like dependent variable is what? Your target variable. Now I have given you an example that fuel price depends on what? Or let me give you an example. Mm,
You can go with the fuel price. We can
okay.
understand that as well, Amit.
Okay. So suppose fuel price in a yeah, fuel price or like a oil price depends on what are the scenario. Okay. So my fuel price is my target variable, and what are the things that decide the fuel price?
Uh, is it decided by the cost price,
Yeah.
and
So
administrative cost of
yes, so
the
input features will
administrator.
be, yeah.
Mhm,
So input feature will be first of all international price of the fuel. Okay.
mhm,
So I'm just writing IFP, international price of fuel. Then
mhm,
country tax. Suppose if you
mhm.
are importing or
Taxes.
exporting, right? Then
Good
state,
taxes.
then state tax, right? State tax
Mhm.
and market
And
condition, right? Change in the dollar price or
mhm.
market scenario and capacity
Administrative
as,
cost.
yeah, administrative cost, capacity.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm writing ADC, administrative cost. So here, what is your input feature? IFP, international
Must be
fuel price, country tax, state tax, uh, market condition, capacity, fuel capacity, or you can
Mhm.
say fuel production instead of
Availability.
yeah, availability of production, I can
Availability.
say.
Mhm.
Okay, and ADC is administrative cost, right? So
Mhm.
input features, so independent variable are those that will going to find out your target variable. So independent variable are those which are not depend, okay, which are independent to each other. But fuel prices depend on this variable, right? Based on
Mhm.
this condition, your fuel prices varies. So fuel
Mhm.
prices depend on what condition? This condition, right?
Okay.
International fuel price, country tax, state tax, market condition, availability, administrative cost. So they are called independent variable input feature that you will
Mhm.
going to take into consideration to make a prediction of a fuel price. So fuel price is your dependent variable, target variable. So now this dataset.iloc in Python, this code is written in Python. Why do
Mhm.
we use this dataset.iloc? to to tell that I want all the rows of 2 and 3 column. Let me show you the data first, and then we're going to see that. This is a two data sets. Suppose Titanic test and Titanic train. There two data sets are there. Let me open that. So you can see here, right? Let me rub. If you can see here, these are the column. Okay, passengers survive. Okay, these are the column, and these are all the values that are separated by comma, right? I
Mhm.
will going to explain you in uh, like a Jupyter Anaconda will going to run that. But these are the value separated by comma. Same thing you can open in Excel as well. Okay, so these are the data set. Okay, so what do you mean by this line? It means that all the rows I want of column index 2 and 3. If you remember, I told you for row there is an index, so column also we have an index. Means like first column will have an index 0, second column will have an index 1, this column will have an index 2, this column will have an index 3. So numbering will start from 0 index. So here I want all the rows of second and third column, that will be my input feature. So suppose here, how many column you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Six
Suppose
column.
out of 6 column, you want to consider only 4 column as your deciding factor. Okay. So in that case, what you are going to write? Dataset.iloc. Okay, in a
Mhm.
square bracket colon means all the rows of that column from 0 to 5.
Three.
No, no,
Oh.
no, 5. It will
You're taking four column here, right? Four,
yeah,
one,
so
two,
it will
three.
be 0
Helium.
to 3. Yeah, 0 to
Like
3.
it's like a 0 to means 0 comma 4. It will be like that. Like
Yeah, yeah,
Zero
suppose.
correct.
comma one comma. Uh-huh.
It
Okay.
will be like a 0 comma 3.
One
Okay.
Means
comma.
0, 1, 2, 3.
2, 3. Okay.
Okay, and what will be your target variable? In that target variable, suppose target variable is here. Okay, so what will be the index of that? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what you're going to pass? Colon comma 6. Means
No.
Okay.
only the sixth
Okay.
column will be my target variable, that is represented with y. Okay,
So
independent.
target variable is a fuel price over here, right?
Yeah, correct. And always remember, independent variable represent with x and target
Mhm.
variable represent with y.
Okay.
So here,
Independent variable.
yes, and your data set will always have your both input feature as well as your dependent variable. Independent variable and dependent variable both will be there in your data set. Okay,
Okay.
always remember that, because how then you are going to find out the relationship, right? Once you take this dot value, will going to read all the value of that column. Now, then now we're going to come to your application of the algorithm. So before coming to the application of an algorithm, we have to import this sklearn library. You can see here from sklearn.model selection import train test split. Okay, why we use this code in our programming? So see, suppose you have a data set with 100 rows. Okay, suppose you have a data set with 100 rows. So what you will going to do, you will going to use 80% of a data for training and 20% will be while testing, so that you can check it how your algorithm is performing. I mean to say that this method is used to divide your data set internally, so that you not only 80/20, it depends on you. Now here I am passing test size 0.25. So what will be my training data in that case?
0.75.
Correct. Good. So in that case, my training data will be 0.75. You can take while passing, you will going to pass like this, but internally it mean that 25% will be your test data and training data will be your 75%.
Okay.
If just like for example, yesterday I've explained you, right, the different phases, training and testing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I told you in a real life also it happens. We learn before exam lot of things, but in the exam we have to just write for 50 marks or 100 marks, right? But for that we prepare for 1 month, we prepare a lot of things, right? Similar thing is happen while training. We're going to train with lot of data, but while testing we're going to test on a few data so that we can find out how much accurate our algorithm is. Okay, so here this code is used to divide the data into two parts, so that we're not going to write training set is equal to 0.75. It's not mandatory. If you pass a test size, then it automatically take the remaining one as your test size. Okay,
Okay.
so now
So
here
this sklearn model, it's
library.
okay. It's like other library we
Yes, just
okay.
like pandas, numpy.
Okay.
So this is also a library sklearn, and in
Okay,
that
I never know
sklearn
that.
you are importing train test split. So this sklearn is a library. Okay, actually it's a Python code, and you have to
Okay.
import it. So in this sklearn library, all the algorithm are there. You just have to add it in your code, and you can run it. I will going to show you that as well. So
Mm-hmm.
once you are done with this, you are going to write this line. So to divide the data into 75 to 25 ratio, and then you are going to work. Okay, so the structure will be like this. Okay, this is about your structure of the programs, right? And you can see here, this is your data set. The data set will be look like this. Okay, I'm talking about here. uh, Here the data set, suppose assume that based on the gender, age and salary, we're going to decide whether the person will going to purchase an item or not. For example, iPhone. Suppose person age is 19, his salary is 19,000 according to Indian currency, or like, or in a US dollar or Nepal currency it is something 19,000. And he is a male. So zero and means he will not going to purchase. Either you can use yes or no, or you can use 0 1 as well. Now the question is, why will going to use 0 1, why not yes and no? So the reason is, your complete machine learning is based on mathematics. Okay, so the
Yeah.
machine learning is based on mathematics. So for that, you are supposed to take the values in a numeric way, the target variable in a numeric. So it will help an algorithm to understand data more easily. Okay, I repeat once again. If your target variable is in a numeric format, then it will be easy for the algorithm and Python code to do the prediction and read the data, understand the data clearly. You only think that some column if having character value, some are having numeric value, then algorithm will get sometime do incorrect prediction. So that's why we convert it into the numeric format. Now 0 means he will not going to purchase, 1 means he will going to purchase. Okay, you can see here this column, right? So
Mhm.
now we're going to write an algorithm. I'm using one Titanic data set, And now, yeah, as you can see here, right? As I said you, from sklearn.tree import decision tree classifier. So as I said you just have to import the algorithm to your code. Okay, you can see here what I'm doing. Import decision tree classifier. It means that from this library, I'm importing the algorithm to my code. And what criteria I will going to use to split the node? You can see I pass criterion is equal to entropy. Okay. Do you see this? Decision tree classifier criterion entropy means what yesterday I've explained you. What is an entropy?
Impurity of uh,
Hmm.
of the data. It's like
Mhm.
the more entropy, it's a
Read this
more
line.
impurity.
Read this
Yeah.
line.
Okay. More okay.
Qualitative species calculation entropy. Okay, okay. Given by entropy. Given by the entropy.
Leknath, you might be aware because in statistic you might have studied entropies and all.
Yeah, entropy. I didn't read entropy, but yeah, we throw yes, we went through yesterday, but still we
Excuse me.
it's hard to remember
Mhm.
entropy. Yeah,
Yeah, I just remember like it's an impurity. So we go through the like a less number of entropy, which is more informative.
yeah. A measurement of impurity, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Measurement of impurity. Yeah, yeah. That's the tool
It's like
to
it's a
measurement of
quality of spirit.
impurity.
Okay. Yeah. So we go the less a less impurity one because it's like a more informative. I remember that part. Spirit. Oh, quality of spirit. Yeah. It is built like a root node into a
Okay.
spirit. Yeah. We split the root node and we go the like a less impurity. I mean the yeah less entropy one.
So here I'm telling you like criteria. So entropy we're going to consider it. Yesterday I've explained you what are the things that are important for splitting of the node. So I told you that entropy will going to decide how the node will split. Information gain and Gini impurity. Information gain will going to tell you how much information content on that particular node, and Gini impurity will going to eliminate irrelevant node, right?
Okay.
So here we are considering this criteria entropy. Okay, and this random state equal to 0, it means that every time it will going to accept the random data. It will not going to follow in a sequence. Every time it will going to take a random data. For example, it will going to train first with 0 index. Next time it will going to train with 5 index. Next time it will going to train with second row. Next time it will going to, so more randomly you will going to train the data, more will be the accuracy. Okay, so normally in machine learning only the you have to understand the algorithm. While writing the code, the format are already almost same. You just have to import this decision tree classifier. Then criteria you have to tell that I wanted to consider entropy for splitting the node. And then just you have to fit. Classifier dot fit means what? Then you have to just pass the train and test data to your algorithm. That's it. It will going to make the prediction. Okay, when you are going to write classifier dot predict on your test data, it will going to predict it and it will going to print it. After that you can verify as well. You can see here it is coming 1, but here it is coming 0. Okay, this is your actual prediction, actual target value, and this is your done by algorithm. So based on that you can find it out how much accurate is. See, 100% accuracy you will never get. More than 90%, in between 90 to 95 you will get it, but 100% accuracy you will never get. Obviously
So
human, yeah.
so we get the like the new one based on that the y the first one, right? Because of
Yeah.
the that read
Yes.
all those things. Okay.
Yes. So Y prediction means that is done by your algorithm, and Y test is an actual target variable value that was present in the data set. And this was done by the prediction that when you have tested on 20 data, 20% data. So based on that, you can analyze it and you can further improve the accuracy. Suppose if your
Mhm.
accuracy is coming 50%, then you have to work more on the algorithm, how you can increase the accuracy. You can try with another algorithm, okay, so that
Mhm.
you can improve the accuracy. So like this it works. And then you can visualize also in the form of graph. So this is the structure of the decision tree algorithm. Now the question is how you can learn the code and all. See, always remember, code nobody can learn. Whenever the company will going to assign you task, you just remember the syntax. You have to apply your logic to do the program there, and you can take the reference from the Google internet to solve the code. You can use the Google to solve the code, but you should know like what actually the decision tree, what is an entropy, because in the interview they ask you, you should be able to answer that. Okay, because writing
Mhm.
the code, you will going to learn this code when you're going to do every day this code. Okay,
Okay.
because every day when once you do the same job, same work, you will definitely learn this. In that case you
Mhm.
don't have to see the Google, but as you are learning first time, I will suggest you go through this code. This link I will share with you. Yesterday also I have shared in the WhatsApp. Go through this code so that you can understand the structure of program. Okay,
You
and
already share
Okay.
this one?
yeah, I have shared in the WhatsApp only this.
Okay.
Okay, and then you can see the prediction as well. Like as I've shown you this prediction, this left right side will be your actual data, and this is done by your algorithm. Okay, that you have written now. So how you can check it? This will going to show you. Then you can see the accuracy at the end. You can print the accuracy. Now let's start making a program. Okay, so here I am taking a Titanic data set. Okay, I'm applying decision tree on Titanic data set. Have you seen Titanic movie?
Uh,
Yes, I seen 2 or 3 times.
Okay. What about you, Leknath, Vivek?
oh, I don't like movies, Amit.
Okay. Okay.
It's very nice movie.
So, yeah. So, actually, in Titanic dataset, what actually happens? Can you tell me, Geeta?
Uh, when the Titanic sink, some people survive, some
Hmm.
of them die.
Yeah. So, if you can see my my data set is having two files. What are that? Train data and test data. Okay.
Okay.
And in this file, what we have in this file, what we will
Mhm.
going to have? Let me open and show you.
Okay. Passenger ID, survive. Okay.
So, if you can see here, we have a passenger ID. Then
Mhm.
survive is your target variable. Okay, that
Mhm.
what passenger they survive. So for that we have considered various column: their age, their gender, okay, whether they are kid, whether they are male, whether they are female, they are from economic class or business class, or which cabin they are there. So these are the different values are there with respect to that. It
Mhm.
might be not clear to you this value because it is in a CSV format, but when I will going to share with you, you just open it in Excel so that you can understand easily.
Mhm.
Okay, and the last column we have, okay, just 1 minute. The last column we have age null. So is anyone having age null? No, false. Okay, so here the Titanic dataset, what will going to find it out based on the passenger ID, their gender, their age, because normally it happens in the Titanic movie it's shown that
Yeah.
those who are kid, those who are female, they were saved earlier, they have saved first. Normally we do like that, right? And then those who are old senior people, we going to save them, and those who are young, they try from their side, right? So we
Yeah.
considered several features here. These are my input features. And what is my target variable here? Survive is my target variable. You can see the value 0 1. 0 means he die, 1 means he is still survived, and rest are the values that are random value. You don't think like why it is coming 0 1 0 1. Just think that they are the value because it's a random data. It's not a company data. When you will have a company data, or in that case you will have an exact value, just like in fuel price. I given you example. These all are the case study. What do you mean by case study? These are available in the internet freely for practicing purpose, because
Oh.
no company they share their data on the
Okay.
internet. Security issue, confidentiality issue, right? If
Mm-hmm.
I say you share your personal data on the internet, like some of your personal password, your personal data, will you able to share? No, right? So
No.
no company they share it. So how we're going to learn data science? We're going to learn on sample data, case study that are available on the internet. Okay. So we are also doing same here. So for
So
that you have, yes,
the last one is false true, false true. I
yeah,
saw that.
there that is showing that age, whether
Okay.
age column is having values or not. Age null, if you can see here, age null means here, if you see the age column is having values or what. So passenger ID, survive, P class, age. So it is the fourth value, right? So
Mm-hmm.
10322 dot, right? So it is having value, right? So age is not null here. So that's why it is false. Okay.
Okay.
Age is not null. So it is not false. Age is not null here, right? So that's why false. The last column, if you see, it's just checking whether you have a age values or not. Okay. Whether you have a age value or not in that age column. Do you understand what I said?
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand or not?
Not
Oh,
value
I
means
don't know.
like
Yeah,
Okay.
what's the not? Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
so
like
here is an age column. That
Mm.
column is checking whether in the age column age is present or not.
yeah,
Okay.
like it's a zero,
So let me
and then
open.
false. Okay.
Just 1 minute, okay? Let me upload it and show you. You can, when I will going to show you the code, you can, when I will going to share the code, you can open it in Excel. I'm opening in a Google Sheet, so you can open in both, anyone based on your convenient. Either you can open in a Google Sheet or you can open in Excel, Microsoft Excel that you have in your system. So the train data I'm uploading. So now you see here, right? Age
Mhm.
column is having a value. Okay. So let's see where we don't have a value for age column. We all have a value for age column. Okay, 1 minute. Let me check it for age null. If this is true, let me see that whether we have. Okay, we have a value there. Okay, 1 minute. Yeah, so here we have to make some changes on the data. Okay, here that age null column is showing, is telling that whether you have a values in the age or what. So this is actually the process data. Company will going to give you some non-processed data. Okay, non-processed data means what? You will have some mistake in that, impurity in the that. So you have to check it. Like earlier, this data set I have used earlier as well. That's why wherever the value was missing, I replace it with a average of this value. That's why it's not showing right away. But I will going to show you. See what actually happens here. Earlier this age column, wherever the age null was true, the value was missing there. So in order to explain to the other batch candidate, I just replace those value with a random age value. That's why it's not showing there. But I will going to share you the data set where the value will be missing. So how you're going to replace those value? You have to apply Python concept. Either you can use Excel or you can simply copy the same value also. Do you understand what I said?
Yes, Amit.
Geeta?
Like we can replace all those age values from the your other data,
Yeah,
right?
where the age is missing. So what happened in this scenario that I've already done that. That's why all the age column is having value. There's no missing value here. Okay, with respect
Missing
to,
is supposed to be 0 over there, right?
yes,
If there is 0, okay.
yeah, 0 or might be there is nothing is present. Okay,
Okay.
now
And
you
it's
can,
come false or true.
yeah. So there all are true. So there what actually happens, wherever was age null was true, it means that each column doesn't having value. I replace with a random value there. That's why it's now each column is having value. Okay, and this is my target variable, and rest other are my input variable. Okay, now here if you can see what I'm doing, once I import this library, pandas, numpy, sklearn, for every algorithm, whatever I will going to show you in upcoming class as well, we're going to use sklearn library. For every algorithm, decision tree, KNN, for every algorithm are present in the sklearn. You just have to add in your code. Okay. After that, you have to read the data set. Now you can see here, I am giving the data set here. And if you see here, this is my path of my system. When you are going to run in your system, you have to give your path. Like if you see in my system, my file is in this path. Okay, in my D drive, new folder, decision tree dataset. And if you see this code here also, if you see this code here also, D drive, new folder, decision tree dataset and Titanic file, right? This is your train data, this is your test data, and I want the data to be arranged in what column, what index, passenger ID. If you see this here, the data are arranged in which index. I want the data should be arranged in the passenger ID column. Okay, now the question is why here the datas are like not in a sequence, 2 3 4 5. So why it's not coming? The thing is that I have removed some of the rows which are having null values. Null value means where the values was missing. As you are learning first time, that's why I'm giving you process data. But normally when you work in the company, company will give you unprocessed data. Then you have to work on that. Unprocessed data means might be some value was missing, so you can remove either completely that row. Okay, suppose this is unprocessed data. Okay, I will going to delete this row which is not relevant for my project. I will delete it. So now after that I will get a processed data. So you have to remove the impure rows whichever not relevant for you. How you are going to decide? Wherever the missing value will be there, wherever the values was missing, like missing value means like this. Okay, means here the values are not there. It means that how you're going to decide? So you can delete this row, right? So like this I have already processed the data. That's why it is coming in this format. But in company you might get a unprocessed data, so you have to remove that. And that's the reason here if you see, let me undo this. And that's the reason if you see this passenger ID are not in a sequence. After one, two should come, but two was having missing data, so I deleted that earlier only. Do you understand?
Yes, Amit.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Kika.
Yes.
So this is one step. Okay, what is, you have to tell what is my target variable, as I've given target name is survive. And then once you are done with this, you have to import the algorithm. Which algorithm you're going to use? Decision tree classifier. Now, what do you mean by this depth?